So you're planning a trip to Disney World. That's awesome. But hey, before we get to the Mickey pretzels and all the fun stuff, we've got to talk about the one thing that can seriously, and I mean seriously, ruin your whole trip. And that's the Florida sun. So let's dive right into how you can actually stay safe and comfortable, because you're heading into one of the most intense sun environments you will probably ever experience. Okay, let's just start with a number that, well, it should make you sit up and listen. Over 10,000. That's how many people needed medical help for heat-related problems at Disney World just last summer. And we're not talking about a little sunburn here. No, this is the serious stuff. Heat exhaustion, dehydration, things that end your vacation on the spot. This isn't just an inconvenience, you guys. It's a real trip-ending risk. And you might be asking, why is that number so crazy high? Well, here's the reality of a Disney day. You're going to be walking a lot. Think somewhere between 8 and 12 miles in one day. And you're doing all of this on your feet for hours on end on pavement that's just baking in the sun, all under a UV index that, by the way, the World Health Organization literally calls extreme. So what is it about Disney World that makes it this, unique kind of UV hotspot? Because it's not just a matter of, oh, well, it's Florida. It's way more than that. It's actually a very specific combination of things that come together to create a total perfect storm for some really dangerous sun exposure. Yeah, what makes it so tough is how everything just piles on top of each other. I mean, think about it. You're outside for like 10 to 14 hours straight. All that concrete that you're walking on, it's actually reflecting an extra 10 to 15% of UV rays right back up into your face. And the parks are designed for those big, beautiful views, right? Which is great, but it also means there's not a lot of natural shade. And here's the real kicker. The most popular rides, they almost always have the longest, most exposed lines. And if you look at the actual data, it's pretty eye-opening. The most popular time to go, June, July, August, it lines up perfectly with the absolute highest UV levels of the entire year. We're talking extreme day after day. And even if you think you're being clever by going in May or September, you're still looking at very high to extreme risk. The takeaway here is that there are basically no safe months to go without a solid plan. So when we say extreme, what are we actually talking about? Well, it's literally the highest category on the scale. That's it. It means there's a serious risk of getting hurt from being in the sun without protection. This isn't some gentle reminder to, be careful out there. This is a full-on warning sign telling you that you absolutely need a real strategy. All right, so I know what you're probably thinking right now. No problem. I'll just pack a ton of sunscreen. And look, that's a great start. You absolutely should. But I have to be honest with you, in a theme park, a plan that relies only on sunscreen is pretty much guaranteed to fail you. And this is where the recommendation just smacks right into reality. They tell you to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours, but at a theme park where you're sweating constantly, your protection is really only good for maybe 40 to 60 minutes, tops. Then you hop on a water ride and poof, it's gone. But here's the biggest problem, right? You can't just call a timeout when you're 45 minutes deep in that 70-minute line for Slinky Dog Dash to reapply sunscreen. It's not possible. And this gets to a really crucial point. Most people don't realize this, but dermatologists actually say your primary defense against the sun isn't sunscreen, it's shade. Sunscreen is the essential backup, the supplementary layer. So the real strategy is shade first. But the huge problem at Disney is you can't just snap your fingers and find shade whenever you need it. Which leads us to the big question, doesn't it? If shade is the #1 best defense, but you can't count on the park to have it for you everywhere you go, how in the world do you create your own personal portable shade on demand? Well, here it is. This is the answer. This is the one item that is a complete and total game changer for a Disney trip. A compact, high UPF UV umbrella. I know, it sounds almost too simple, right? But trust me, the impact this one little thing has is absolutely massive. Just think about this for a second. You can create your own little shade bubble instantly, wherever you are. That brutal 45-minute wait in the sun, it suddenly becomes completely bearable. You're getting real verified UPF 50+ protection, which is the best you can get. Oh, and those daily Florida thunderstorms? Yep, you're covered. It's so compact, like 11 inches. It fits in any park bag, and yes, I promise, it sails right through Disney security with no problem at all. And this right here, this is the magic number. It can feel 10 to 15 degrees cooler under one of these umbrellas. I'm not kidding. When it's 95 degrees out and the humidity is crazy, that's the difference between being okay and being absolutely miserable. It's not just about the long-term UV protection. It's about feeling that immediate, tangible relief. Okay, so we've established the umbrella is your main shield, your primary defense. Now let's build out the rest of the kit around it. We're going to create a complete sunproof system that's still super easy to pack. So here they are, the 5 essentials that every seasoned Disney Pro knows about. Number 1, obviously, is that compact UPF 50+ umbrella. Number 2, of course, is a good SPF 50+ mineral sunscreen for any skin that's still exposed. 3, UPF sun sleeves. These are amazing. They keep the sun off your arms without making you feel hot. 4, a cooling towel you can drape over your neck. And 5, a big insulated water bottle to make sure you're staying hydrated all day long. And again, I can hear you thinking, isn't that a ton of stuff to carry around all day? But look at this breakdown. The whole entire kit weighs less than 2 pounds. The umbrella, which is the key piece, is just about 10 ounces. This is a super lightweight system that you can just toss in a normal backpack, and I promise you'll barely even notice it's there. All right, so having the right gear is half the battle, but knowing how to use it all together, that's the other half. So let's talk strategy. Let's put all these pieces together for your best and most comfortable park day ever. Look, the smartest visitors work with the Florida heat, not against it. So here's the plan. Get to the parks for rope drop, 7 to 9 a.m., and knock out those big popular rides while it's still relatively cool. Then, during the absolute worst part of the day, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., you take a break. Go back to the hotel, hit the pool, see an indoor show. When that daily thunderstorm hits around 3 p.m., you've got your umbrella, no problem. Then you can head back to the park for the evening when it's absolutely gorgeous out. And let me leave you with a few pro tips that repeat visitors live by. Seriously, use that umbrella in every single outdoor line, no exceptions. If you've got a stroller, use the umbrella for shade. It's way better than those flimsy canopies. And don't waste your money on those plastic park ponchos when the rain hits. Your umbrella does double duty. And just remember this one thing. The more popular the ride, the less shade it probably has. That's why this whole strategy is so important. So at the end of the day, as you're planning this amazing vacation, it really just comes down to one simple question. Are you going to be the family that's prepared, that's comfortable, and that's actually enjoying every single moment? Or are you going to be just another face in the crowd, hot, burnt out, and miserable? The choice is really up to you.